A new study reveals a chemical that can be harmful to your health is found in water in 43 states. The Environmental Working Group says PFAS, which are chemicals used in consumer products like firefighting foam and non-stick cookware, can be found in 610 locations across the country, and that includes drinking water for about 19 million people. For more on this now, we're joined by David Andrews, a senior scientist for the Environmental Working Group. So I read sort of the article on this report, and it is scary because we're talking about a problem basically across the country. David, how significant are the results of this study?
Well, this should be frightening to all Americans in many ways, because these chemicals, these are the Teflon or Scotch guard chemicals, as you mentioned. They're common in firefighting foam. They're stain repellent, but they don't break down in the body, and they don't break down in the environment, and they actually stick to our blood. So levels tend to increase over time.
So then, are we seeing levels within our bodies? Are we finding children with this stuff in them? And how could it potentially affect our health? How is it affecting our health?
Right. These chemicals are actually found in everyone in the United States, just about everyone in the entire world. And exposure to these chemicals really can impact a lot of different health systems, cause numerous health harms, everything from testicular to kidney cancer, harm to the liver, harm to the thyroid. It actually impacts childhood development, low birth weight, and it actually can impact the immune system and reduce the effectiveness of vaccines. So it's really actually frightening how many different health systems, different organs these chemicals can cause harm to.
So then, according to your report, Michigan has the most locations, and you guys have this great sort of interactive map where you can check out your own state and see the locations of concern and whether we're talking about a military base or drinking water. But that's what I wanted to ask you about. I'm sure there's no minimum level of a safe number of PFAS in your drinking water, but what's the FDA doing? I mean, are they keeping track of this stuff? Do they have a level that they've said is acceptable versus unacceptable?
Right. So, and actually, it's the Environmental Protection Agency has set a health advisory value, but it's not a legally binding limit. And so, and part of the problem is they actually have not set a legal or a new legal drinking water limit for any contaminant in over 2 decades. So the whole system of regulating drink chemicals that may end up in our water and setting limits is broken. And the agency is really falling behind the science here in terms of.
No, go ahead. In terms of
just how different contaminants, including these PFAs or PFAS, as well as other emerging contaminants, and how they're impacting our health.
Yeah, there's some things that are sort of synonymous with purity, right? Water, like you tell your children to drink more water and put the soda down. This is a sign of being healthier. And then to hear you talk about just how dangerous our water could be is heartbreaking, and I can't believe we're not doing more about it, but you're raising the alarm, and that's really important. David, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.